Hi, it's Richard Brook, Acupuncture and Yoga teacher here. It's Tuesday night. It's actually just gone midnight now, so I taught my yoga class earlier tonight from 7:30 till 9, and it was a really great one, and I feel a bit motivated to do a little blog about it, so here we are. So people often ask me what type of yoga I teach, and I guess the answer to that is I like to teach yoga that connects people. And I like my yoga to take you through the different stages of connection as a human being we experience. So during my yoga class, I do exercises that enable you to go into yourself. I also do exercises that connect you with a partner. And then I do exercises that we do as a whole group where we're actually all connected together. Then afterwards we all go to the pub together. Yeah, because I remember for years I used to go to a yoga class in the Midlands and I used to love it, and it always gets to the end of the class and then we'd all have to go home on our own, and I never used to feel like I got quite met afterwards. And I used to end up going to clubs or out to pubs and stuff, and it would just plummet my own energy, because I guess after doing yoga your energy's in quite a high vibrational state. And so I'd end up going to a pub or a club and my own energy would kind of end up, just being dispersed. And I always thought how nice it is to hang out with people who you've been in a class with. So since I've been doing yoga in London, virtually every class I've ever taught, I always tag on a social at the end. And it's always so much easier as well to talk to people who you've actually been in the class with. You all kind of harmonise together on some level. You've been doing the exercises together, and it's just a common kind of harmonic that you do. And my yoga is also actually quite easy. So when I teach yoga, I'm a lot more interested in how people end up feeling than how it looks, really. So I do a lot of exercises where, the precision of physicality is less important than someone's interior experience. So just recently I've been teaching a yoga with an introduction to meditation and deep relaxation, and part way through the class, every 10 or 15 minutes I get people to sit and take a snapshot of how they're feeling. So we'll do a few poses or a few sequences, and I get people to sit and I get them to be aware of the breath. So the way that your breath sinks into your belly is a really good barometer for how stressed or not you are. So as soon as your adrenals tend to switch on and we get our nervous system overactivated, your belly tends to contract. It's like it just fits into the kind of fear-driven response of being over-adrenalised. This ends up affecting your digestion and all kinds of things. So we generally start off the class by doing an exercise where you'll lie with your hands on your belly and just tune into what your breath's doing. Just tune in, to when you breathe in, whether you're inhaling deeply, and when you exhale, whether there's a nice deep contraction. And then part way through, we keep checking back in on it again. And by the end, we do a big long deep relaxation where sometimes people even drift off, and it's not like you're drifting off into sleep really. You're drifting off into like a very deeply relaxed state where sometimes you're like mildly conscious of what's going on. And I talk people through, you take a little journey through your body when you're doing this. But quite often when we sleep through exhaustion, with lots of our muscle groups still really contracted and tight. But after you've done a yoga class, we obviously work through lots of different muscle groups, so they're all nicely relaxed. So when we do the deep relaxation at the end, you're actually getting a much deeper experience than what you'd ever get in normal sleep, really. And I know someone said once that they reckon that like 20 minutes of deep relaxation is the equivalent to 2 hours sleep, and it might be in the respect of how it regenerates your system. There's actually something that 20 minutes or so of deep relaxation gives you that sleep really can't. I said that's the fact that you're so deeply relaxed. And you're also in communion on some level with the other people in the class. And I always like my class to create a real feeling of inclusivity. There's a kind of soul level to the experience, where people are allowing themselves to be seen, obviously while we're doing the exercises and the postures. And so there has to be like an element of permissiveness that goes on. And I like to think in that respect I hold the class really well. You know, I'm maybe not the type of person who can get into all kinds of different postures or poses like some yoga teachers can, but it doesn't matter because yoga's about harmony, you know, and my state of harmony can be achieved with, you know, it doesn't really, I suppose, directly correlate to how physically adept you have to be. You know, there's not always that kind of direct, relationship between the two. So I'd welcome anyone to my yoga class. You know, it's great. It's great fun.